Hi, I'm Shubhadeep Chakravarti. This is HT Auto, and right here is the newly launched Audi Q2 SUV. Yes, it's the most compact SUV from Audi here in India. It's also the most affordable in the Q series family. We've given you the first drive review of the Audi Q2, but today we are talking about 5 things that really impressed us about this car and 5 things, well, that didn't impress us all that much. So let's get straight to it. As the smallest member of the Q series family, the Q2 is also the most affordable. So for anybody who wanted to go for the Q series but, well, it was out of budget, well, Q2 is, after all, the most affordable in the Audi SUV family. Now Q2 has compact proportions, so it's an SUV which is tailor-made for Indian traffic conditions. To weave in and out of city traffic is not a problem for the Q2. The third point actually is the most significant characteristic of this vehicle and its biggest positive. It is how fun it is to drive the Q2. It's got great character, its handling is really good in city conditions as well as out on open highways. It's got a peppy 2-litre petrol engine and therefore it's really a driver's delight. The Q2 definitely is from the Audi brand and therefore it benefits from Audi's brand image and value. It is expected to be an instant hit, and people who've always looked up to Audi should definitely look up to the Q2 as well. This gets us to the final point in favor of the Q2. The Q2 has a lot of luggage space. In terms of boot space, it's good enough for a family of 4 out on a weekend getaway or even for a holiday that's longer than just a weekend. The rear seats fold 60-40, so therefore you can even fold the rear seats down in case you're just 2 people or 3 and pack in a whole lot more. There may be a lot of space for your luggage, but is there a lot of space for you in the back seat? Well, let's get on to things in the Q2 that didn't impress us all that much, starting with the space for backseat passengers. Yes, the backseat passenger would be a little cramped and sitting upright because the seats themselves are positioned a little too straight for my liking. Knee room, leg room and headroom are just about adequate. 5 people on long highway commutes is not something that is advisable in the Q2. 4 people should be fine, but really the space inside those rear seats is one of the biggest things that left us a little wanting. The dash of the Q2 is nothing much to report about or write home about. It's not really ancient, but it's also something that we've seen in Audi cars year in and year out. So really the dash layout, even though it's got decent soft touch plastics, is not all that great considering that this, after all, is a luxury SUV from a luxury brand. This gets us to the third and perhaps the most important point against the Q2, the infotainment screen. The screen itself is decent, but well, it looks more tablet-y now than ever before. It's a screen that we've seen in so many cars from Audi, and really times have changed and a larger screen would have been advisable. Car makers even in lower segments are now offering large 10-inch, 11-inch, 12-inch screens, and really the 8-inch screen, 8.5-inch screen here inside the Q2 leaves me, well, a little less impressed. The fourth point is actually a negative for those who are in the market for an SUV which looks an SUV. Well, from the front, the Q2 definitely has the muscular appeal, but from the side, it is not going to appeal to someone who's looking for that athletic, muscular SUV profile because it's more oriented towards a coupe-ish design philosophy, more a hatchback-ish element in the design from the side and even at the rear. It's fine for people who are in the market for a coupe-ish SUV, but those who want the authentic visual element of an SUV will perhaps look elsewhere. This gets us to the final point against the Q2. We've spoken about that infotainment screen. Let's speak also a little bit about the feature list. For a car that's even in the entry-level SUV luxury segment, the feature list is rather bare inside this car. A lot of features are an addition, are offered by Audi as an option, and therefore you'll have to pay over and above the price of the car. We believe that the cost of the car could have also included features and functionalities that are very common in a lot many cars these days, like massage seats, heated functionality, ventilated seats, and the likes. So there you have it. Those were our 5 key takeaways in positives from the Q2 and 5 things about the car that we really didn't like. The Q2 makes a solid case for anybody who's in the market to enter the luxury SUV segment and has always been impressed by the Audi brand. For people who've been driving Audis for a long time now, the Q2 may not be such an exciting proposition. But what do you think about the car? Do let us know. And as always, stay safe, drive safe.